Hi, everyone. This is John Wilson, the media specialist at Oconee County High School in Watkinsville, Georgia. And today I wanted to take an opportunity to talk about Google Sites and how we use Google Sites here at Oconee and the basic ways that we help our students build our websites using this great tool. So, first of all, I wanted to talk about getting started. Now, I'm a coach at heart, so we always sketch out plans, and this is kind of the way that I go about when I go building our media center website or making adjustments here at the school. So, the first thing is have a plan, have an idea of what you want to talk about, what is going to be the main idea, and what is the point that you're trying to get across with your website. So, have a plan and try to sketch out an outline. What pages do I want to have? What information do I want to include? Are there any links that I need to make sure that I need to be able to get from our website to another site? And what is the critical information that we're going to have to use this website for? And while you're creating this outline, you want to remember your audience. Who are you building this towards? Is it an early childhood education site and you're creating a website for a child care center? Are you gearing this towards parents? Are you gearing it towards students? Are you creating a website for your students to use for research opportunities? So just keep in mind who's your target audience, what do you want them to gain from their experience with your website, and how can you craft this website best to suit their needs. And then you're going to start talking about picking your theme. And I'll show you what this means here in just a second when we go to start building an actual website, which we're going to do right now. So you're going to go to your Google Sites tab, open it up, and you can see here from this page, we've got a lot of different options of what you can do. If you started to build a site recently, you'll see your saved sites down here at the bottom, our Warrior Center websites for our Media Center. I can show you that in just a second. And some sample early childhood education sites that we built for our students here at the Media Center. But at the top, so we're going to start a new site. They have a whole gallery that you can choose from that already has different themes and patterns laid out for you, or you can create a blank site, which we're going to do today. So I'm going to click blank, and this is going to open me up a brand new blank template that I can choose from here. So if you already have an idea of what you want your site to be titled, you can go ahead and do that now. We're just going to call this Oconee County Warriors, our great mascot. And just like any other type of tool, you can play around with the font if you would like to. You have all the traditional, usual ones. We'll go with Georgia because that's the great state that we are in. We'll adjust this font size down just a little bit from 64 to 48. We don't want it to be overwhelming. I can bold it, italicize, underline, all these great tools that we have here. So we're going to bold this thing. We want to make sure that our setting is on title. You could also use heading as well if you don't want that to quite be as big, but we're going to leave that here with that. Make sure it's emboldened, and we're going to go back down to 48 with our font size. Okay, so we're adjusting in the header, and I can play around with this all that I want. If I want to give our site just an abbreviation, or if I wanted to add a logo, I could do that right here. I'm going to click Add Logo. I can upload from any of my tools that I have here. We're going to choose the OC logo, and you can see that goes in the top left-hand corner as well. And like I said, right here, you can play around with the font and the edit and the logo as much as you want to. If I want to adjust this background, okay, I need to decide what my header type is going to be. And these are all things you don't have a particular order you have to go in. I just typically try to attack things as I see them. So when I choose my header, okay, right now I'm in the banner. If I only wanted the title, I could do that. That takes away that background logo, makes it a plain blank slate in the background, gives my title a little bit of color that I can play around with. If I wanted a large banner, something that's going to dominate the page as I open it up, I could choose that as well. Or if I just wanted that first page to be a cover page, and this is all that you see, I could do that as well. I typically go with the banner. I think it gives the opening page um, a little bit of color to it. Okay, it makes it a little bit more catchy to the eye, but it does not overpower the entire page or take away from it. And if I wanted to play around with the background type, I can over here with my themes. How do I want this to be laid out? All right, as you can see, this is all going to depend on what you want to convey through your website and what you want to use. Now, you can also, If you have a type of, or if you want an image that you want to go in the background, you can do that as well. You can upload or you can select an image from the web. Okay. Google Sites is a great tool. It'll let you navigate all throughout. When I go to select image, I can go through their stock images if I wanted to. I could go, if I knew the URL of a particular image I wanted to use, I could just type in or paste the URL. I can search Google for an image right here. Just keep in mind your copyright issues that you could stumble into, or if you wanted to choose something from one of your albums or from Google Drive, you could do that as well. All right, so all these great options that we have here right at your fingertips, easy to navigate. Google has done a great job of laying all of this out. Now I want to go ahead and I want to start building my home page. Okay, and we'll talk about duplicating pages here in just a second. All right, but we're going to build this first page and how we want it to look. So I've already got my header laid out. I'm using a regular banner. Okay, and now I'm going to start to navigate everything else. Now I have text box, images, drive, embed, all these things that we can use. And these are great tools to use, and we'll get there in just 1 second. All right, or I can choose a layout from their predetermined templates. Okay, and this is what I suggest. You can play around with these things. Just because you choose the layout doesn't mean that you cannot edit it or that you can't layer. So let's say, for instance, I want a good introduction here. I want to add a photo. I want to have text to create like a title, and then a little bit of text to expand on that. So if this is my first page, this is going to be my welcome, my landing page that's going to navigate or lay out what this site is about and what it can be used for. Okay. So if I want to go ahead and if I want to select an image, if I wanted to go from Drive or upload this, okay, we're going to hit upload. And let's say that we're building this for the football team. Okay, I've got a football helmet right here. I can expand that image a little bit, and then I can create a text right here. So we're going to just say, welcome. It could help if I could spell this morning. Welcome, Warriors. Okay, and once again, we can play around with this a little bit. We can embolden it. We can work on the font. If we don't like that particular font, we have multiples that we can choose from. All right, and then we can play around with the size of this. If we wanted a heading, it's going to make it a little bit smaller. We do want this to be a title, right? And then we can play around with the font size as well. Okay, like I said, this is easy layout. It's going to give me everything that I need. And then right here, I can choose the text and I can start to fill in what I want to say to our particular crowd, okay, to our audience. So we're going to say, welcome to the OCHS Warrior website. Check here for all of the latest information with our student athletes. Okay, so I've created just a brief introduction here, or whoever visits this website now knows this is for our team. This is for our school and what they can gain from here. So if I want to go ahead, if this was the first part and I wanted to add another layer down here to the bottom with maybe some more images, I can create another layout or pick another layout template, and it's going to build right beneath that. So I have the ability to create different layers on a single page here for our program, all right, or for our website. And now I have all these other possibilities over here that I can use as well. Collapsible text, table of contents, an image carousel. Let's say I had 4, 5, 6 images that I wanted to include in my website. I could click that here, and then I would start layering in the images that I wanted to use. Okay, so if we wanted to upload, once again, this would take me back here. All right, I can start to just click all the images that I want. Carousel must have at least 2, but if this were me, I'm going to create as many of these as I can. All right, if I had a lot of images that I wanted to include, I would build those in right here. Okay, and it will insert this. I can adjust the size that I want it to be. You can see the grid lines in the background. This is going to help you balance things out, figure out how big this is going to be. Right, I can adjust the height and the depth, or the height and the width of it. And I can take this and I can drag this right here. So it's placed it right below my welcome and above my other template. If I wanted this to be at the very bottom, All I got to do is click, drag, and it's right there. And when I go to publish this website, it will create a carousel of images that I can thumb through, or that will be set to where whoever visits the page will see these rotating images. Okay, buttons, we're going to talk about that in just a second. Dividers, if you want more spacing between your items on a page, that's great as well. You can use that. YouTube, this is an amazing feature. Now with YouTube, I can search YouTube from here, and it will create an embedded video, which I can place within the website. And we'll show you how to do that here in just a second. Remember, again, your copyright issues that you could get into. If I wanted to embed a calendar, maps, a doc, slide sheets, all the way down, form charts. These are all great tools to use, and we'll talk about these in just a second. But let's go ahead and create another page for a website. We don't want just the one page, so I'm going to go to the Pages tab, and I'm going to duplicate this page. Okay, and then it's going to give me an opportunity to rename the next page. So we're just going to say Warriors, just keeping this basic, trying to move along, not trying to take too much of your time. But you'll see this will create a link right here on the next or at the top to where people can click and navigate to it. Okay, and because this is a duplicate of the first page, you will have all this. Now you can take this out and it will not affect the first page at all. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to start removing this. We're going to build our template for the next page. All right, so let's say that we wanted to we're going to keep this top template here. We've got opportunities to embed two different images and give a little bit of text here at the bottom. So when we click this, we have a lot of different things that we can do. We can upload a calendar, a map, a YouTube video, or we can upload an image. So let's go ahead, let's go to YouTube. All right, and then we're going to just type in football. Okay, we're going to grab the first thing that comes up. All right. Let's try to find something that is not soccer, but we're looking at American football here. And then, so if I wanted that video right there, it's embedded. I can, when I publish this website, we can click play and it'll be right there. If I wanted to go from my drive, okay, now I see all my folders that are available in my drive, things that I can click to. So we're going to go to newsletters, okay, and we're going to select an image right here, and we've embedded that here. Now I can edit and add text to explain these videos, explain these images. All right. And remember, we're thinking about our audience, thinking about what we're trying to get to, what the purpose of this website is. So we're going to be able to explain how these images or how these videos pertain to our website and why they are important right here. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's create another page while we're at it. Okay. We're going to duplicate again. And this time we're going to say students. Okay, we want a page for our students here. So once again, I still have all this information, all these things. Now I can adjust this to whatever I want it to be, and I can start to build my page again. Okay, so like we've already talked about, we talked about our images and our text box. If we wanted to embed something, like let's say that we had a student newsletter that we wanted to include, and I can show you an example of that right here. Whoops, my bad. I'll show you that in just a second. If we had an idea of like a student newsletter, we could copy and paste that URL code right here, and it would add the newsletter in. I'll show you an example of that in just a second. Okay. One other item that I wanted to touch on really quick is the button feature. Okay, this is to insert a link. So if we wanted something to the home page, okay, or this could be to any site there is. If you wanted this to go to the Oconee County Warrior, to the OCHS main page, we'll just do that real quick. We're going to say OCHS website. I'll go to the website that I want to make a link to, copy and paste that. I'm going to put that in the link. Okay, and I'm going to insert that, and it's going to create a link right here. Okay, and this will take me to the OCHS website. I can expand this, make it as big as I want. But if I had a links page or a resources page, and I wanted to give my users easy access links, this is one way to do it. Okay, we're going to create a button, and this will create a link that they can jump to the next page. Okay, so I know we've kind of got a shell of a website. It's not entirely, it's not a beautiful website right now. We would go back and edit this, and I'm going to show you an example of a finished website here in just a second, our Media Center website. So we'll hit publish just so you can see the different features. All right, and then we're going to preview this link. Let's see, where did all my tools go to here? All right, we're going to view the published site. And like I said, it's nothing beautiful right now, but you can just see the layout of it. We can go to Warriors, our Warriors page. We can see the video. We can see the pictures. We go to the student page. We have our button that will take us directly to the OCHS website. So let me give you an idea of what an actual website of this looks like. So we're going to go back to our Google Sites page. It's probably just going to be quicker if we were to going to go back to our sites page. All right, and I'm going to show you the OCHS website, the media website that we have. This is what a finished product would look like. We see our banner here, our header with the background image. See the logo in the top corner with the name. It's very clear what you're looking at right now. We have all of our different tabs, our about page, Destiny, new titles, and then several others from announcements to student resources, book reviews, so on and so forth. We've embedded a calendar over here beneath an image. We have our welcome statement right here that gives a layout of the Media Center, tells you what you're going to use this website for. Go to the About page. It's going to lay out the norms that we have, the rules, the procedures that we have for the Media Center. Go to Destiny. This is our online book catalog. This is going to tell you how to use a book, all right, as well as provide a link. You can just copy and paste the URL in there if you want to instead of creating a button. I'll probably go back later and create a button for that. Here's some of the new titles that we have. This is using the different layouts, the templates that are available. This is this particular template with the 3 images and the 3 texts, highlighting some of the new books that we have here in the Media Center. And then we go through more. And I told you I was going to show you what the announcements look like, what it looks like to embed a newsletter. And this is an example right here. We've embedded our student newsletter directly into the website. Every Monday it's updated, and students can come here. If they've lost their email that went out on Friday, they can come here and find the announcements. And I'll show you what the final version of this looks like. Once again, student resources is the last one that I'll show, just because you probably don't need to see every single image that we have or page that we have. But once again, this is an example of where we took different layouts and put them together. So we used originally this 3 feature layout for Galileo, JSTOR, and ArtStore, provided an example or a brief overview of what each one does and a link to it. I should create buttons for those. And then we're able to embed YouTube videos that I created, Screencastify, that shows students how to use each one. Then down here at the bottom, okay, once again, we used a different template. Okay, we started using this one over here to the left and started building from it and adding it. We've got our image here with Follett, Destiny, and Destiny Discover, and 2 quick videos on how to use both of those. And here we are. We created a brief overview of both of those topics, and then a Google form was embedded in order to create a digital checkout feature. And all we did there is we went down to our forms, clicked on it, and then it took us to our Google Forms section of our drive, and we were able to choose which form that we wanted to upload. Very simple, very easy. Okay. Google Sites is a tremendous tool. It's great to use. If you ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out and contact me. Here's my email, jwilson@oconee-schools.org, or follow me on Twitter, and feel free to contact me through it at coach_Wilson_RB. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this has been helpful. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to help.